Episode 2 of Reflection of You begins with Hugh in her studio deep in thought. She's clearly concerned about Hee-won's arrival and believes there's more to this than meets the eye. At the same time, Hyeong-sung learns that the unconscious man's name is Woo-jae. It would appear as if he's related to Hee-won, and a photo of the pair together with Hugh only reinforces this. In the middle of the night, the family are awoken by loud music coming from Lisa's room. She's in a panic and claims she can't hear anything when Hugh rushes in to check on her. Hosu complains that his throat is hurting too, but to be honest it's presumably from all the shouting, and deployed to get some attention too. Hugh takes her daughter to hospital and waits patiently for the doctors to see her. While waiting though, Hugh checks the CCTV footage and realizes that Lisa actually saw Hee-won meet with her friend Do-young from school. In fact, Hugh's concerns continue when Hee-won buys Hosu an ice cream to replace the one he spills on her jacket. Hugh isn't there to see this of course, but as her son refers to her as a dinosaur lady, Hugh is worried and frantically looks about, trying to find her. With Hee-won nowhere in sight, Hugh heads back to see Lisa, who can hear now, believe it or not. She's cold toward her mother though, refusing to open up. And to make matters worse, her online profile is completely private, so there's no way Hugh will be able to pry that way. Hee-won, however, seeks refuge in a local church. She sits and watches the different people walking in and out of the confessional booth, including a guy called Sung-woo whom she takes a fancy to. After going for lunch with him, Hugh rings and asks for a meeting. In doing so, Hugh starts by asking about Sung-woo, but Hee-won is quick to deflect and break through these niceties. Hugh obliges and brings up the CCTV footage, including how distressed Lisa was the previous night, believing the meeting with Woo-young is the trigger for Lisa's incredulous state. In fact, Hugh even goes so far as to blame Hee-won for Lisa's attitude shift. According to Hee-won though, Hugh has been leeching off Woo-young, who she hints is the one with the real talent. It's certainly enough to unsettle Hugh, who isn't quite sure what to believe right now. Speaking to Lisa's tutor, the woman is confident Lisa will explode soon, talent-wise. When Hosu returns home, he throws a temper tantrum, desperate for ice cream until Hugh brings the maid in to usher him away. Meanwhile, Woo-jae is issued a passport and brought back to Korea. When Hyeon-sung finds out, he's concerned over what this means and begins searching through the CCTV footage. There, he figures out that it's Hee-won who released Woo-jae, and pauses over an accompanying certificate which seems to show that Hee-won is actually married. One thing Hyeon-sung doesn't suspect though is that Woo-young is aligned with Hee-won, who receives a message later on that evening confirming she met with Hyeon-sung and believes he's a nice guy. Now, Hee-won lives with Young Yeon, who's certainly not afraid to say what she thinks, including trying to matchmake a widow in a bar. There's not much else to say about her, but given the screen time she gets here, it seems she could prove to be crucial going forward. Further flashbacks reveal some of the past involving Hee-won, who enthusiastically attended an art class which Hugh was a part of too. The pair got on well, with Hugh even buying an expensive dress for Hee-won from the shop. Interestingly, these flashes also include Woo-jae too, who happens to be close with Hugh. As she helps sort out his suit, the pair avoid eye contact with one another as if they're hiding something. Eventually though, she's encouraged to join in for the photo shoot, where Hee-won grabs a green coat that Hugh has bought for her. As they stand together, Woo-jae reaches out and holds Hugh's hand, bringing her in closer.